Hey, now it's July 6th here in Detroit. The Tigers are doing great, which is always good. All stars were announced, and still keep going through these autograph analysis videos. And like, we're at Pedro Martinez, and this is like if Mike Junkwag's Heroes watching this. This is not a knock on Pedro Martinez, but sometimes these videos get boring only because we're at a player like Pedro Martinez, and he was a great player. We'll get to that in a second, but he's not a tough autograph. So when I do these, it's like, yeah, we're doing ba ba ba. I mean, his autograph, I don't want to say he's never forged. We'll look at that, but it's rarely forged. He's out there. He's very active on the autograph circuit. It's going to cost you maybe a couple $100 to get his autograph if you want to meet him. That being said, if you can get to him, he's a pretty good signer. Like on the streets when he was with Fox and all that, I heard he was a pretty good signer, or still is a pretty good signer. So it's just one of those autographs that are not terribly rare. There's nothing too unique about it, in my opinion. So to the Red Sox fans out there, the Mets fans, the Expos fans, the Dodgers fans, this is not a knock on Pedro Martinez. It's just slogging through these videos. But to Pedro Martinez, God, I remember like turn of the century. This guy was like the greatest pitcher there was. Like you would say you needed a pitcher on the mound at their peak time to win World Series Game 7. Who would you take? And you can make an argument like 1999 Pedro Martinez could have been that player. He was just on fire, on fire. Should have been MVP that year. I think Pudge Rodriguez got it. He kind of got screwed. The story goes the fact that there were certain writers who said pitchers shouldn't win the MVP award, and they left him off his ballot. These two writers left Pedro off their ballot altogether, with the idea is that pitchers should not receive an MVP award, which is BS in my opinion. Red Sox may have never been as good as they were if not for Pedro Martinez. He helped break the curse of the Bambino as well later on with the Red Sox. Not too much later on, but later on. But he was just a great pitcher during that portion of time with the Red Sox. Like so many people, so many future Hall of Famers or like likely future Hall of Famers. He eventually went to the Mets. I have a saying: the Mets is where future Hall of Famers go to die. Like Carlos Delgado comes to mind. He's the first one that comes to mind to me. I'm sure there's a lot of other great players that like eventually go to the Mets, and I feel their career goes down. But I'm digressing. First ballot Hall of Famer. I mean, again, should have been MVP in 1999. He got more first place votes than Ivan Rodriguez, even though Ivan Rodriguez won. But all that being said, let's take a look at the autograph analysis of Mr. Pedro Martinez. Oh, that's not the one I want. That's not the one I want. Why can't I find it? Hold on. I apologize. Here we go. So let's go. There we go. And like this is like this is the modern day Pedro Martinez. He was a little different when he was just starting a minor league career. The autograph was a little bit different. So what you're going to have here is a Pedro, a big P. The P is the highest part of his autograph usually and the lowest part of his autograph. The Pedro is pretty much centered. The M, again, is the highest and lowest part of his autograph. The Z goes around. There should be no hesitation as of, let's see, July 6, 2025, in a Pedro Martinez autograph. And there are plenty of Pedro Martinez autographs out there. Again, this is the common ball you're going to see right here. You see how the P is the highest point and the lowest point. It wraps around. You see a break between the P and the M right here. This M has an extra, to me, it looks like an extra, what's it called? Like line up and down, like sort of M right here, and it goes and it hooks. Everyone I've seen on the modern one hooks like this, and it has this, I don't know what you call this thing. It looks like an E to me. And the Z and the Martinez goes around and comes back up. And you're going to see that in every one of his autographs. We talked about it right here. Again, you see there's an extra, like a fourth M right here, or the line right here with hooks. The P is the highest point here, down here, a nice straight line with the Pedro. Martinez, again, a very compact, but very nice signature, in my opinion. The Z loops around and hooks up, and they have this like E right here. The Z, usually it's by itself. Like here, you see this E right here again. This is just a common autograph. Like this is what you're going to see. No hesitation whatsoever. They're all pretty much the same. Has a very good consistency, I would say, later in his career through today when signing autographs. Having a pretty common autograph. You see right here, the extra M right here. You see the hook, the high P, the low P right here. Nice plane. This E right here, the Z hooks around. Yeah, I mean, hopefully by now you're getting it. He gets this extra, like you see this M right here. This doesn't hook, but again, this is still good. I know it doesn't have that hook, which I expect to see. The Z comes around right here. It has this E. I'm going to call it an E up here. The P is high and low. Again, nice flat plane right here. I mean, these all pretty much look the same. I mean, this one's a little bit different. I'm going to guess this is a little bit earlier in his career in the sense that the E is not there. He's got something up here. The P is still the highest and lowest part right here. The break between the M. You can see the fourth line, up, down, the hook right here. The Z like hooks around right here and comes back up. I mean, we'll look at a fake Pedro Martinez in a second. But again, to me, these are all starting to look the same. You can see how compact this is. Obviously, this was his time in the Mets. I get a high P right here. Yeah, it's a little weird that it's kind of it's not all the way around right here. You can see a little point right there. But again, it's still good. This is like perfect. The E right here that we talked about, the hook, the 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, the Z around. Like I said, a very, very common autograph. So yeah, we've gone all the way around. I went to look at eBay. Really, they all look good. I mean, there's over 500 autographs of his on eBay. None of them surprised me. The one that was a little bit unique, and remember I said that his autograph was a little different. I don't know if we can go back to this little listing right here. And again, this is not a common autograph that you see at Pedro Martinez. As you can see right here, it's a little different. How you can see right here, it's slower drawn. This is a rookie level Pedro Martinez that sold on a team ball from, looks like, the Albuquerque Dukes, now the Isotopes. But you can see like the M went into the A right here. The Z still went around. It looks like the E, whatever, was used to cross the T. So it's a little different. But again, you're not going to see this. This is not a common autograph. And like looking at outer safe, I just wanted to point out this one autograph because this is no good. And number one, the M, you can see the Z doesn't look, hooks around right here, doesn't hook up, doesn't have the little round thing. The P goes up and down right here. It doesn't go down like you would expect it to be. So, I mean, it's very rare that you see a fake Pedro Martinez, but this is a bad Pedro Martinez. Again, outer safe identified it as fake. It's not good, but again, that's a very rare fake. And I think people that are watching this channel either have him already or they know exactly what they're looking for. So that is it with Pedro Martinez. We're going to move to one more we got to drag through before things start to get interesting, and that's with 500 home run member Eddie Mathews. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, keep collecting.